So let's implement this feature in this video. Let's begin by creating a route. Okay, so we can copy this. So route get users, the user, we will be using this route model binding again. So we're passing the user and the follow, and here user controller at follow, we will create this method. Now let's go to our controller and work on this follow method. Okay, so user controller, and we're going to use this request because we need to get the currently authenticated user, and as well as we're going to use this type hint, the user model. What we can do is we can dump and have a look at the user. Now for this to work, obviously we need to fix our route, because in our index page we haven't implemented anything here, so we can give the route name. In fact, let's add the route name so that it's easy. So let's give it a name, users.follow. Okay, so we can use this name, it's easy. Okay, href will be route and users.follow, and we need to pass the user, so we can pass the user object itself. Okay, so if you save, go to the browser, refresh, let's click. Okay, so request doesn't exist, so let's fix that up. Let me go to another controller and simply just copy this bit. Okay, all right, let's save this, let's go back, refresh, and as you can see we get the user. So let's go to attribute, we get the user that we're trying to follow. Okay, so back in our controller, here what we can do is we can use these methods that we created in our user model. So we can use this can follow method to check if we can follow or not, and if we can, then we can use this relationship to follow the user, and we can attach the user ID and store in this table. Okay, so let's work on that. First thing, we need the current user and the user that we're trying to follow, right? So using this request method, we can get the currently authenticated user, and using this model we can get the user that we're trying to follow, the one that is passed in the user parameter, like so. Okay, so let's see what we can do is we can do this dump user. So this user, let's see, username. Okay, so this will give us the user that we're trying to follow. In this case it will be Jen, and let's give it a try. Let's go here, back, refresh, follow, we get that. So this is the user that we're trying to follow, right? Because I'm currently signed in as Ryan. And here we can also get the currently authenticated user. So for that we use request user username, and this will be the currently authenticated user. Now in this case it's Ryan. So let's go back, refresh, follow, and you see Ryan. So let's implement this feature. So using this if statement, so if request user, so the Ryan, if he can follow the user that I tried to follow, which is Jen. So if I can, then what I would like to do is request user, so Ryan following, using this relationship that has many. This one we created here, what's this, belongs to many. Okay, so using that relationship following, now what we're going to do is we're going to attach. So using this attach method, what we want to attach, we want to attach the user ID, and then we can return redirect back. Save. So what it will do is it will, once we click and if we can follow, in that case it will insert the value, the user ID, the currently signed in user ID, and the one user that we tried to follow. In this case it will be Jen. So Jen's ID will be here, the user ID will be here. Okay, so let's give it a try. Let's go back, refresh. Okay, I forgot the semicolon. Been writing a lot of JavaScript lately. Okay, let's put the colon here. Okay, let's go back, refresh. Okay, so I'm currently signed in as Ryan. If I click follow, I'll be taken back, and you see it changes to unfollow because I already followed. Okay, so if you check the database, refresh, you see my user ID and the follower ID, the Jen's ID is 2. Awesome, right? Okay, so now that we have implemented follow feature, we need to implement unfollow as well. Okay, and we are following this user, so in this case it's Jen. So if I go in my timeline, maybe I can show the list of users that I'm following, right? So let's work on these features in the coming videos. Thank you.